Good evening, I am Mark Ivy. Welcome to the latest edition of Kernels from the Cornfield. No huss, no halls, no shucks. News with a dash of commentary to spice up your fare for Wednesday, June 4th, 2014. War's end? President Barack Obama and his supporters continue to insist we are at the end of war. However, the Taliban, Al-Qaeda, the Haqqani network have not signaled they are winding down in their efforts to kill Americans or see the death of the great Satan, the United States of America. One cannot declare the end of war when the enemy is still raising arms and mounting attacks on our men and women in uniform. The president is using this as justification for disregarding the law requiring him to notify Congress before releasing prisoners from Guantanamo Bay. But a war does not end just because the president says so. Or is the president signaling the U.S. of A. is surrendering to the forces of terror? No surprise in president's actions. I have finally articulated my position on events and activities surrounding the release of Army Sergeant Bo Bergdahl by his Afghani captors. You can read my perspective. No surprise, the president could not wait at FromTheCornfield.com. And the Oscar goes to... A dramatic video was released today by the Taliban and Haqqani network of the release of Bergdahl to the U.S. Special Forces in southeastern Afghanistan along the Pakistan border. The video also showed the release of the 5 Taliban murderers in Qatar, where they seemed to receive a hero's welcome. The video, a definite public relations victory, indicated to me that the jihadist terrorists bent on killing Americans perceived the swap of Bergdahl for 5 of their leaders as a major win in the war against us, not something occurring at the end of wars. 8-state primary. That much-watched Mississippi primary senatorial race is not over yet. Senator Thad Cochran failed to win 51% of the vote, nor did his opponent, Tea Party favorite State Senator Chris McDaniel. A runoff election will happen in less than 3 weeks. This is the last chance for the Tea Party to score a major win against the establishment GOP. In Iowa, State Senator Joni Ernst, backed by both the establishment GOP and the Tea Party, will face off against Democratic Representative Bruce Braley. Iowa is a state that Republicans think they can pick up on their way to capture 6 seats currently held by Democrats and regain control of the U.S. Senate. Slender Man will get you. Read my take on 2 12-year-old girls who have been charged with stabbing another girl 19 times in an attempt to please a fictitious online creation named Slender Man. Where is the parroting? At FromTheCornfield.com. What's that you hear? Underwater sound detectors picked up what some are saying is the crash of Malaysia Flight 370 over 2 months ago. Only problem is the location the sound emanated from is well over 1,000 miles north of where all the focus has been in the southern Indian Ocean. Experts are divided over whether this may have been the flight or not. The mystery surrounding the disappearance of the commercial aircraft, its crew and passengers, remains unanswered. Long night over? This just in. Donald Sterling has agreed to the sale of the Los Angeles Clippers to former Microsoft CEO Steve Ballmer. Now, can we get back to real news? Well, that's what caught my attention for Wednesday, June 4th, 2014. Tune in tomorrow for another episode of Kernels from the Cornfield. I am Mark Ivy. Good evening.